Okay, everybody, welcome back to Potential Finale. I certainly hope it is. If anything, I'll try to make this maybe just a bit longer of an episode, but I caught us up on a few things, but left a few things for us not to miss out. So, Mithril by Army Painter. Why would I choose this pale, bright, metallic? We haven't seen this since what? Bizarro? We're going to do his offhand dagger in this bright, bright metal. And there's just too much paint. There's too much paint there. But anyway, hi. Welcome back. I'm your host, Trooper 6. For those of you that are just tuning in now, because why the hell would you do that? You start from the beginning, you know. So if you're tuning in now, go back to the beginning. All right? And you'll have to deal with uncomfortable topics as I struggle to hold it together, because that's just how it was. And you can fast forward, blah, 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 bunch of paint, other crap, and here we are. All right. So that sword, now done. And that's all we needed the mithril for. That is it. Is the whitest silver that I have. And we can go to the greedy gold here in a second, but I'm going to jump here because I wanted to do some heat for the vents in the backpack, because I really like doing that effect. So we're going to bloop, 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 all the way around, since this doesn't really have like a focal point in these Mark 6s. So I have noticed that these are Mark 6 backpacks. They couldn't hide that fact from me. The only thing that I was kind of upset with was the fact that it seems like every single backpack in that Emperor's Children box is a Mark 6. And I'm like, dude, I'm sorry, but Jesus, these are Chaos guys, and they're in the middle of the heresy. Come on. Like, they wouldn't have other backpacks? Like, they wouldn't have had to kit bash their own things? And part of the reason why we're doing all the yellow with it, well, one, because that's how heat works, but two, is that it would kind of wet blend itself into each other. And then we're going to go back over the edges with black, because that's just kind of how that works. Also, dry brushed skeleton bone onto the base doesn't show up the best against that, but don't worry, it will be okay. Did all the metal markings on the head, like all the wiring and all that fun stuff. Excuse me, and I forgot a part. And luckily, most of our metallics are still wet. But like this part, I usually like to hit with a different metallic instead of saying that that's skin holding it there. I mean, you really could do that. That's fine. I prefer not to. However, all right, I'm really trying not to sniff. I'm sorry, the sniffles. But let's get our greedy gold out. We don't ever use greedy gold much, do we? But seeing as that these are Slaaneshi, at the risk of making it look too much like Emperor's Children, we're going to do it. But this big old blade here, oh yeah, we're going to make that. We're going to make that gold. But first we're going to do the pommel for a little symmetry. Because who doesn't like some good symmetry? All right. Get that pommel, and there you go. And now we're going to hit the blade. Bloop, 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 bloop. Hope everyone's been having fun with this series. I had a rough time last night before I did all this. Last night. This is like a month in the working for you. But still, last night while I was putting this together, I actually went through 2 different poses. I had a nice little bolter with them, and then I was like, hey, it's just too much of a down angle for the bolter. I had a very different kind of pose, and I was looking at the swords and I was like, ooh, I could really give him some double melee action. Just a big old melee blade. And then maybe an offhand blade. And that's exactly what I went with, because why not? Yeah, I had a feeling that I messed myself up there. All right. All right. And we're going to let that sit just like that. And now we're going to do his chest symbol and this little spike down here. I want to do that spike first. All right. And we're going to do this mouth down here. We're going to do that in gold as well. I thought about doing that with a heat. With a heated look, like I did for the vents, but that's all right. And the eyes I painted with glistening blood. As you can see, I did this tube with glistening blood. I'll just make it a big old thing of blood. And maybe it's their own kind of concoction. We'll say that it is an alcohol that is based in blood. Because they do love alcohol. They really do. Astartes can, with much effort, get drunk. Now I want to say the Slaaneshi ones have an easier time because they're mutated to accommodate such things. But yeah, I kind of wanted this thing to stand out, and I was just going to go with white. Then I thought about the mithril to play with the white, but then I was like, nah, it doesn't need to do that. I'll just hit it with the gold, because I know it'll look spectacular, and look at that, it does. It sure thing does. Because who doesn't love a good gold with their purple? Now I know it does kind of clashes with that white. Don't worry about it. That's where a bunch of the shading will come in handy. But before we do any of that shading, the vents should absolutely be dry by... Oh my god. Oh, this is what happens when you have something for this long. And one tends to be that rough with it. Everything is starting to really, really leak out. So we're just going to capitalize, get this going. Gonna plug that cap real quick, and hopefully that doesn't cement itself. Ugh. My goodness. I knew I needed to get a new one. The last time I had ever seen any Vallejo paints was down in Norfolk at a shop. And I haven't been down there in a while. I don't care to travel to Norfolk. It's not a fun drive. It's not a pretty drive either. Norfolk is a very old city, so I mean, it's kind of whatever. Not the safest city either, and that doesn't really matter. So we're just going to a shop. All right, we need some more. At the detriment of our own. Well, as a typical Virginia Beach resident, I've never really enjoyed leaving the city much. You know, we have that almost that arrogance about us. You know, I believe I've said it before, but I love the joke anyway. It's we're like the White Goodman of cities in this area. We're better than you, and we know it. That's absolutely Virginia Beach in a nutshell. Whether they will admit it or not, I'll admit it for them. That's exactly how they think. That's exactly how they portray themselves. Oh, we've almost ruined that backpack. That vent. That's a little thicker than we wanted it, but it's okay. It's okay. It's okay. Because it's okay. We're going to have to save ourselves a little bit of trouble here by absorbing a bunch of that. And you see it's already starting to bubble. So we're just going to have to do that and probably retire that bottle, unfortunately. Not sure yet, not sure, but I definitely can't leave it upside down now. All right. And I want to put them together. I want to say it's time. Do you think it's time? I'd say with us being over 10 minutes, I think it's time. We still need to do a bunch of the lightning too. So, man, maybe this will be a 5 episode. Whatever. But I need glue, so you're going to have to excuse me while I walk all the way over here with my fat ass and get the goddamn glue. Because I didn't get the glue, and I should have got the glue, but I didn't get the glue. But now we have the glue, so now we can glue. Oh, and you guys, of course, in trademark style of Trooper 6, you get to see my haphazard gluing techniques. And all the fun, and I get to stress you out, and it's really fun. It's really, really fun to do that. Because then people just go, oh my God, why is he touching the model? He's not wearing gloves. He's never doing anything proper. You're right. You're right. Especially for something like Slaanesh. All the imperfect techniques that I use. And this is a slight kit bash, if anybody had noticed. Because of this offhand. That is a regular... That's a regular Chaos hand. Or arm. Whatever. That is straight up from the Black Legion, or the Legionnaires. The Chaos Space Marines. Straight up. Oh, whoa. Piece of shit. Chaos always was a pain in the ass to me. Always. And there we go. Make sure that blade is nice and kind of straight and looks appropriate. And it does. Oop, I'm just landed on that head. Now, if you guys can see, I was going to do where he's like this. Just kind of showing it off. But I think I'm going to go with something like this because why not? He is triumphant. He's just raising it to the sky like, ha ha ha, motherfucker. Honestly, either pose will work. It really gives him some character for it. Really plays into the fact that they are just that crazy. Because to me, the Night Lords are just damn near batshit insane because they're just so bloodlust, or they're so bloodthirsty. And they're just kind of insane, man. I would never want to fight them. Never. And you know what was incredible was it was the Carcharodon's book Red Tithe. That was incredible to watch because they were fighting Night Lords on that prison planet, and it was just so fucking awesome. Seeing how similar their styles were, seeing how insane the Night Lords are, and also seeing how they legit did pretty much get scared out of their minds because the Carcharodons were just that vicious. They were just that vicious. What did I put on? Oh, okay. And we're going to skip to that. All right. We had some Slift going on. If you guys remember Slift, I told you about them a while back. A French band. They are amazing. All right. And then now we're on Muse. Because, dude, Muse is awesome. Would love to see both of these bands. All right. And there we go. And you can't tell he's a Night Lord because of everything. You just can't. But, all that being said, what we are going to do is two things at once. We're going to use this brown shade, and we're going to hit the base, right? Because then I'm going to go back in with the pink horror and Fulgrim pink to do the lightning. Probably just going to stick with Fulgrim pink because it's bright enough. But why are we going to go with this brown? Well, because it'll help further help the contrast. I'm sorry, I was brain farting. It will help this contrast of the base even further. Give us a different color. Okay, because we know what color we based it in with that Rakarth flesh, however you pronounce that, and now we're going on with the Reichland flesh shade, which is just a brown wash, to put it very simply and bluntly. And there's nothing wrong with that, but it gives us a different color. It gives us a very different color and something kind of not exactly sickly, but just kind of to look at. And I was really debating on how I was going to let you guys see the lightning, because I don't think I'm that great at lightning. It's really hard not to fall into classic like toddler tropes of the lightning layout. Because laying out your lightning pattern can be challenging in and of itself, at least in my opinion. I find it to be quite challenging. So we are probably just going to try it. And then you guys can point and laugh all you want. That's fine. Because technically you should be using 3 colors, right? You should be using your first color, your second color as a kind of a highlight to trace it, and then your dabs of white just to highlight some of the areas. And honestly, my gut is just telling me to go with this Fulgrim pink. Whew, very bright. Very bright. We're at 18. That's fine. That's fine. It's fine. It'll be okay. And we're going to grab this 2.0. A very sharp brush. I like it. I like it. It's hard to keep the paint on it sometimes too, because it's just so sharp. But we're going to just go for it. Be a little chaotic with it. I don't know if you guys can see it. I'm sorry. Let me try to angle it for you. Because if lightning, as chaotic as it is, it does kind of its own thing sometimes. But I want to say avoid the traps of repeating your patterns. Try not to repeat your patterns, because then it just looks like you got a one-track mind with it, and it's not something you want to look. You don't want it to look like, oh, he just kind of painted and didn't know what he was doing. You want your stuff to stand out. You want it to look right? I think it's important that you do that for yourself. Now, if you don't care, that's fine. It's also hard for me to see and to show you guys because Jesus. Because damn it all, man. Damn it all. I'm trying to capitalize on some of these sharp or these thick parts, right? To just say that's where the cluster of lightning really, really hits, so that I can make it take off from there. lightning to me is very tricky. It's very tricky. I'm almost like speeding through it, which does not help. And I forgot, you gotta kind of let the brush do its thing. If it's thicker in some spots and then thinner in others, that's fine, because lightning does kind of do that. And you can pull up your own reference pictures, of course. I would highly encourage that. Just look at any of the photography out there that people have taken pictures of lightning, and just kind of copy what you see. And then maybe you'll even get your own ideas for what you want your lightning to do. Sometimes lightning bolts are way more straight than you might have given it credit for. Like, oh, I didn't think lightning would behave that way. And you'd be surprised on what lightning is capable of doing. And how certain things just, you would think that it was that you flubbed, and then it actually worked for you. So it's okay. Not everything is going to fork. Yeah, there are some lightning bolts that just go from in one arc all the way to the ground. And that is okay. And it is terribly tricky. I know I'm more or less just saying the same things over and over in different ways, and I apologize. I try not to do crap like that, because that kind of stuff even drives me nuts. Ooh, yeah. I want this one to be kind of like a lightning tear. And that just means when it comes to the shade oil, it's going to be that much more difficult for me. And sometimes it's very hard to get into certain areas. I know I'm probably not helping y'all. Probably not helping y'all right now. It's like I said, this the metallic nature of this purple is really fucking with me right now because of the lighting. Because god damn it, that's just way too fat on the back of his leg. I'm sorry, but it is. That's what we're gonna do, just a minor touch up here, because I can't allow that one. I can't. It's almost making me more nervous the more I try it. So, and not every single panel, mind you. I can also say that not every single panel needs lightning. It really doesn't. But more or less, when it comes to the transfers that we're probably not going to be showing here, you're going to have a Night Lord logo here. I'm probably going to put an 8 right here, and there's going to be a Slaanesh symbol right there. And it's going to be that symbol, guys. Simple. Simple, not symbol. Simple. It's going to be that simple. It'll be all right. I'm also trying to really, really use the tip of this brush. If you just barely get the thing on there and squiggle, you know, you kind of use the brush. Just let me try to show you on here at least. All right, you take it and then you just kind of squiggle. All right, I know it's looking a little flubby there, but you can keep working with it, okay? You just kind of keep going. And do not mistake me for an expert. All right, I'm no expert. And you could have more arcing stuff like that. But that's just one example for you, okay? So, oh, it's going to stay there. All right. But you see, I've got stuff on the shins. I've got stuff on the thigh right here, but nothing on this whole thigh, and I erased that hamstring. And then you got stuff there. You really can do it across the rest of him, like down his forearms. And again, you want to, yes, lightning forks, but you want to avoid making the same patterns everywhere you go. You know, if you're going to have a forked lightning bolt somewhere, try to mix it up with a straight one right next to it. Put something that goes through it, you know, or be quote unquote behind it or in front of it, something like that. You know, lightning dances all over the sky. And it is okay. And it just takes practice. Honestly, as cliche as that sounds, it just takes practice, guys. And I encourage everyone to keep on keeping on. Just keep practicing with it. You'll get it. You'll kind of get the hang of it. You'll find what works for you, what doesn't work for you. Because one thing that freaks me out about doing all this is the fact that when I go to put the transfers on there, I'm like, oh, god damn it. I don't want the thinning solution to erase any of my work, so I probably will have to hit it with a bit of a satin varnish. All right, that one's flubbed, but that's on the backhand where you're not really going to see it anyway. I like the underside of his armor. Memories. Just a little bit of lightning down his back. Just a little bit. Remember what Bob Ross says. Happy little accidents, man. Happy little accidents. Nothing's really a mistake. And it's all a learning process. Whew! Man. Once that base dries, I'm going to hit it with more of this. I'm going to dry brush it with that just to bring back that sickly look. Because that Reichland Flesh shade really, really is dark. But okay, you know what? We're done. I don't think I want to do another damn episode. Yeah, we're at 30 minutes for this. So this is just going to be our big old finale. And you guys will see the finished product, of course. My apologies. If you guys want me to do more thorough, like start to finish, no matter how long it takes, just go ahead and let me know, okay? I have no problem, you know, kind of conforming my style to really what you want. All right? So, with that being said, I will bid you all adieu. I will see you guys on the next round. I hope everyone stays happy and healthy. I hope you guys are going to stick around for whatever's coming next. Maybe it's 40K. Maybe it's something else. I did buy some more stuff on Etsy. Like today, spoiler alert, today I have Darth Plagueis en route. It'll be delivered today. So anyway, may the Void Fire the guide your brush. May Slaanesh leave your nightmares alone. Peace.
Hi. Look at my tattoo. See, it's cool.
Yes. It's very pretty on you.
It's purple.
It is.
See?
Don't.